Uh, we are from group 1 and this is like 2013 for Tell a Tale. So my name is Nur Artika binti Idris. My metric number is 190202.
My name is Aini Syafiqah binti Muhammad Najmi and my metric number is 190316.
My name is Karinisa binti Kamarudin. My matrix number is 1893000.
Hello, my name is Zahira binti Abdul Rahman. My metric number is 187677.
So today we are going to do the discussion on the topics that we are going to choose for. So I will start first. So the title that I would like to propose is The Honest Woodcutter. So basically this story is about two woodcutter. The first one is a hardworking person and the other one is the lazy person. And then so one day the robber's woodcutter went into the woods and he fall his axes into the river. So he cried a lot. Then came a good mother, and the good mother tested him with three axes, which is golden axes, golden axe, and then silver axe and iron axe. And then during the first two axes, which is silver and golden, he denied it. And when the good mother tell that when the good mother shoot the iron axe, so he claimed that it is his. So as a reward for that honest woodcutter, the godmother gave all the axes to him, and that makes him rich. So the lazy woodcutter felt jealous with that thing, and he went into the woods and incidentally dropped his axes into the river. So when the godmother tested him also, he claimed that the golden axes is his. So the godmother take all the axes, and that's how the lazy woodcutter learned his lesson. So the moral story of that topic is we want to teach the children to be honest. That's it.
So I think your story is quite interesting. But I choose Snow White as a tale for our video because as we know, all children know the Snow White story. So I think it is very close to the children for us to tell the Snow White. So the synopsis of Snow White is she is a princess who lives with her stepmother called the Queen. So the Queen is jealous with Snow White and want to kill her. So she asked the huntsman to kill Snow White in the forest. Unfortunately, Snow White can save herself and meet with the seven dwarf. So but then the queen, the stepmother, pretend to be the old woman to poison Snow White by giving her an apple. And then the Snow White fall asleep until she meet the prince who can break the curse. So I think this story is quite interesting because the moral value from the story, it can teach the children not to talk to any strangers or take what the strangers give to them, such as sweets or candies, because it can harm them and the strangers can kidnap them and do something bad.
Okay, for me, the topic that I would like to propose, the moral value quite similar to Artika's topic, which is it's a topic of a shepherd boy and a wolf. So this is a quite familiar story. It's about this one shepherd boy live in a small village. So every day he will spend under a large tree, and as time hardly pass, he feel bored. One day he feel bored and he want to find some entertainment for himself. So he purposely falsely shout for help, saying that there is a tiger in the field. So the villagers came to help him, and suddenly they found out that there is no tiger. They found out that they are being deceived by the boy. So the villagers tell the boy to not repeat the mistake again, to not lying to them. But unfortunately the boy doesn't learn from his mistake, and he repeat the same tricks, and until one day there is a tiger really comes to the field and kills some of the sheep, and also at the end the shepherd boy are dead, killed by the tiger. So he cried for he shout for a help from the villagers, but the villagers does not comes and help him because they think that the boy was joking. So I think that this story will teach the children to not making the lying habit as a, because lying is a dangerous habit, because it will break the person trust to us, because once we lie to a person, that person will not be trust us in the future, and this will actually affect our life. So I think that this is a great storyline to be shared with the children. How about you, Zaira?
Oh, your story is quite interesting based on we should not lie to others, right? But I have different stories that will teach us not to treat others because they are not well like us. They are have unfortunate event than us. Based on I choose the story. The story is titled Cinderella. She is a not lucky girl because she lived with two stepsisters and one stepmothers. They not treat her properly because she is not their real family. So I think they should share their love evenly, because the Cinderella is single, the only child, so they should give the love for the Cinderella because she is very lonely to go through her life. So through this story, uh, there are a party at the castle, which the prince have made the party, right? So suddenly there a fairy that help her to go to the party and transform her to a beautiful woman to go to the party. And then every night she went to the party, and until one night she forgot to um, go back to the home before 12 o'clock because the fairy told her that she will transform to her usually self when 12 o'clock occur. So at that night that she forgot to went back to the home, she quickly ran to her home, but she had left her shoes. So the prince have choose find her, and then the prince have choose her as his wife. So if the stepmother treat her properly, she could give her the fortune that her get from the prince. But because of her stepmother poor treat to her, she happily live with only the husband, not with the mother.
So I think we should proceed with our two topics that we're going to choose. So I think first we should choose Ainin's storyline, which is the Snow White, because I think the story is great for the children. I mean, the moral value is great for children to teach them on to be careful on stranger and what another thing?
Don't trust people easily.
Yeah, don't trust people easily. And then
For me, I think Nisa's story is quite great because it teach the kids not to lie to others. When they watch this story that Nisa told, I think they know that lying is a bad behavior and not to lie to their parents in the future.
For me, I will go for Ainin's topic, which is the Snow White, because it has the important moral value that will be learned by the children, where we need to not to trust strangers or accept anything that from the strangers, because nowadays there are many cases that involve with children kidnapped and something. So I think this is a very valuable storyline that must be heard by the children.
I'm also think the Nisa story and Aini's story give us the important lesson, but I goes for Ainin's story because she give the children the more important lessons that they could use for their life.
To conclude our discussion is the topic that we're going to choose are for the first video we're going to do the Snow White, and then the second video we'll do what a sheep herd boy and a wolf. So that's all from us. Thank you. Bye.
Berapa lagi?